Hello, my lovely Libras. I sure do love my Libras, my dears. For those of you who don't know, I am a Libra rising. So, those of you who've had an issue with me being a Scorpio, keep in mind, I'm part Libra here. We're going to connect here and see what's going on for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We do have a new moon coming in on the 9th. It's going to be a new moon in Cancer. And it's going to be bringing our attention to our relationships, our emotions, our interactions with others. So those of you that watch my readings, you know in the weekly forecasts, I try to focus on everything other than love and romance, everything other than other people, and just make it completely and totally about you and your energy. But because of the energy of the new moon, we might have other people coming into the reading. We're going to see. All right, we're just going to be open to whatever we need to know right now. It doesn't have to be love and romance. It can be family, it can be friendships, it can be work situations, business partnerships. But we're going to connect here and see what's coming up. So Libra, first card for Libra is the 5 of Swords. Wow, right out the gate. Right out the gate, Libra. You know, but let me tell you why this doesn't surprise me. Okay, a couple of things. First and foremost, traditionally 5 of Swords could be like the burning of bridges, right? Like some argument, some disagreement, or we're wanting to burn bridges with somebody. Now, some of you have heard me say, those of you that you watch my readings, the 5 of Swords for me can come up in readings a lot of the time when we're dealing with someone who has the tendency to trigger us. They like to do things to trigger us. They like to, they know what buttons to push to get us to do what they want us to do, right? So they know how to make us feel guilty, or they know how to make us feel sorry for them, or they know how to make us feel as though like we're being some kind of a jerk or we're being mean. And so some of you might be dealing with a person and you're starting to realize this, and you're like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. It's not fair. A lot of you that watch my readings have heard me talk about a little bit of the homework assignment with the 5 of Swords, that when you're finding that this person is triggering you and you're having these intense emotions, to walk away from it, to journal it, to ask yourself, what did they do? What did they say? How did it make me feel? Who else in my life has made me feel this way before? Why do I think this person did this now? Why do I think the person in the past did it then? Okay, and then write out anything you want to forgive yourself for or release yourself for. Maybe you're judging yourself in some kind of way, or you're angry at yourself for allowing it to happen, or whatever it might be. Release yourself from whatever you need to release yourself from. Release these people from whatever you want to release them from. And then write out how you're choosing to feel about the situation and about yourself instead from now on moving forward. If you can take the time to do this, you're going to deactivate these triggers. So no matter how many times this person tries to push that button in the future, they're not going to have any power over you whatsoever, because you've deactivated the trigger. It's no longer working. Not them, not anybody else. Okay? So there's a lot of liberation that comes through it. And if you do it consistently enough, when you find different situations triggering you, before you know it, you can get rid of all your triggers, okay? But it takes time. It takes time and the willingness to do the journaling and to do the work. Now, with the 5 of Swords, 5 of Swords, like I said, can be the burning of bridges. And so some of you are beginning to realize or see that you're in situations where it's not a good situation for you, right? Like maybe you've been playing Mr. or Miss Nice person, and you're tired of doing it. Like you're letting things slide, or you're giving in and you don't want to give in anymore. Before I started doing the weekly forecasts, I had a great big giant flying ant with a stinger come and land right beside me out of nowhere. I don't even know where it came from, and it scared the crap out of me. I had to avert that crisis and keep from getting stung. And I was like, okay, wow, that's a message for everybody, because I'm about to do the readings. So I went into another part of the house to get water, and when I did that, I smelled fire coming in from outside. I don't know if it was kids playing with fireworks. I am in kind of a wildfire area. Maybe maybe it was something having to do with that. I don't know, but I took the fire to be the potential burning of bridges. Okay, I took the ant as a message of there's potential here of getting stung. We might have somebody coming up to us with some harsh words. They might be coming up to us like insulting us or accusing us, or making us feel like, or like just expressing to us that they have some kind of resentment. They have some kind of beef with us, right? And so there's going to be a potential to burn a bridge. And for a lot of you, because the Five of Swords is the first card coming up, I feel that a lot of you Libras are ready to burn that bridge. Because there's one thing I can tell you about Libra. Libra will take a long time to make a decision, right? It's not that you guys are indecisive. You're not indecisive. You just look at the situation from every single angle and you weigh everything. You weigh and you measure everything. If I do this, then this could happen and that could happen. And if this, like, you're always wanting to do the fair thing. You're always wanting to do the right thing. You're wanting to do things very logically. So you don't jump into decisions quickly. But when a Libra decides, like they're sure of it. And so some of you are coming into the situation like it's time to burn this bridge. I don't want to do this anymore. It's not good. It's not healthy. I don't like being taken advantage of. I might be the person that I'm always looking out for the underdog. This is what I feel, Libra. Because Libra, you guys do have a soft spot for the underdog. And I feel there's somebody in your life that sees this and realizes this. And it's always like, woe is me. Feel sorry for me. Be there for me. Nobody's ever given me a chance. It's so hard for me. I'm so sad. It's like they're putting everything on your shoulders. And you're like, whoa. Like, what about me? What about my injustices? What about my suffering? What about my struggles? You know, why does everything about my life have to be about, like being responsible for your happiness? I feel like you Libras are like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to be responsible for somebody else's happiness. And you might be beginning to see that some of these manipulations are coming by way of not only making you feel bad by insulting you or, crying or trying to make you feel bad for them. They might even do very nice things for you. They might give you presents. They might say things to you that makes it very hard for you to back out. Like, oh my gosh, Libra, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. If you weren't around, my life would be in shambles. I would, lose my job because I'd be crying in bed all the time and I wouldn't be able to get up and go to work, and I'd be so miserable and there'd be no point to living if you weren't around. And even though these things can be very flattering at first or in the beginning, Libra, you're in the energy where you're like, this is insanity. I don't need this kind of pressure on my shoulders, right? Or they sense and they feel you want to talk to them about something. And so they might use, oh, Libra, I baked you a cake. Oh, Libra, I want to take you out to dinner. Oh, Libra, I remember you said that you liked this particular kind of beer, and I saw some and I picked it up for you, whatever it might be, right? All of a sudden, like, they're doing all these sweet little things. But some of you Libras are seeing that, you know what? Although this is very nice, there's strings attached here. They're doing this because they see the writing on the wall and they're trying to get out of it. They're like, somebody is pressuring you to stay tied to them. And it's like your hand is being forced, where you're like, I try to kind of pull back. I try to have a healthy balance with this person, but they're being so clingy. I'm going to have to burn this bridge. Some of you are coming into that energy. The next card coming in is the Fool. And the Fool is a major arcana card. The major arcana cards are going to come up when we are in a new chapter of our life. We're coming into a new phase, into a new cycle. So this is energy that's going to be around for a while. I just got really restless. Like, I want to stand up. Oh my gosh, Libra, I don't know if it's funny because it happened right when the Fool card came up. So some of you might be in this energy where you're feeling restless in your life. You want change, you want adventure, you want something new. So anyway, we'll get into this, but I just got really antsy. Oh my gosh, I want to get up. Major Arcana cards are going to come up when we're coming into a new chapter. We're coming into a new phase. We're coming into a new cycle. So this is energy that's going to be around for a while. We're not talking about a day or two. We're not talking about a week or two. This is going to be around for a while. The Fool card is like taking a leap of faith in a new direction. Like your heart is pulling you in a different direction. And it might not be the most practical, okay? It might not seem like the most logical. This is going to be energy where you're coming into this new beginning. Some of you might even be simplifying your life and looking to travel. Maybe you're manifesting a time of travel, a period of travel, somebody to travel with. And so you might be, packing light, so to speak, or getting ready to make some kind of a significant move. These can also be energies with the Fool card. The message that the Fool card comes in here is look before you leap. Look before you leap. Okay? You're being encouraged to take the leap, but it's also up to you to take the leap responsibly, to make sure that you're planning how you're doing this, to make sure that you have the proper safety nets in place. So embrace the spontaneity, be spontaneous, but at the same time, don't lose too much of your reason or logic, okay? I do feel there's an element of romance here because the flower, the little rose, is jumping out at me. And the little doggy, he's so cute. I love doggies. I feel some of you might be actually manifesting a soulmate in a dog, okay? Or manifesting a soulmate and somehow there's a dog connected to this. And keep in mind there's different kinds of soulmates. There's romantic soulmates and non-romantic soulmates. So I cannot emphasize enough that though a dog can be a soulmate, it is not a romantic soulmate, obviously. Hopefully we all know this. But basically something here of a dog, some of your manifesting a dog. There could be a soulmate coming in. Maybe this person is giving you a dog. Maybe you're giving them a cute little doggy. There could be something here about a dog coming in that's helping to open up your heart chakra or expand your heart chakra further. In terms of the romance, and I know I try not to talk about romance in the weeklies, but I do feel a lot of you are calling in a new love. But because it's a major arcana, there's a past life connection with this person. And because it's the Fool card, this is someone very unexpected that you would be with. Like if you guys were at a party and you weren't standing together and you were playing a game saying, okay, guess who is whose partner? Maybe the group wouldn't match you guys together. Maybe you don't seem like you would go together. But on there could be a significant difference in age. There could be a significant difference in culture or background, where you guys come from, how you were raised. There could be a significant difference in style. Maybe one person is very kind of serious looking and the other one is very kind of creative and very kind of expressive in the way that they dress or the way that they are. But because of the past life soulmate connection, when you guys are together, it feels like home. It just works. It feels right. You connect, you flow. I also feel this is someone, Libra, that's giving you permission to tap into your own creative side, to tap into your own sense of adventure. Everything doesn't have to be so dogmatic. Everything doesn't have to be so, conventional all the time. And so this is like a breath of fresh air for a lot of you Libras. It doesn't have to be romantic. Maybe for some of you this is a friendship, if that's what you're wanting it to be. But that rose keeps jumping out at me. It keeps jumping out at me. Okay? And the sun is jumping out at me. So I feel that this is someone that you're encountering, fairly soon, like in the summer, before the end of the summer. Okay? So just right around the corner here. The next, and I see like camping trips, maybe camping, RVing, taking in nature. I just feel adventure. The next card coming up here, Libra, is the Five of Cups. Five of Cups also came up for Gemini. Okay, so maybe this is something happening with the air signs. Maybe this is a collective energy of the air signs, or maybe some of you are dealing with a Gemini. It doesn't surprise me at all, and I'll tell you why. This new moon in Cancer, even though new moons are typically seen as a time of calling in and manifesting new things, because it's the new moon in Cancer and it's triggering our emotions and feelings and drawing our attention to our relationships, it's going to bring up a lot of emotion in us. And for a lot of people, it's going to feel like full moon energy. And because Libra, you guys are all about being balanced. You're very logical, right? Air signs in general, they're going to be more logical than emotional. But this moon energy is pulling you into your heart chakra. So a lot of you are going to be super tempted to avoid making decisions and to kind of recoil back into some form of self-medication. Whether that be drinking, or smoking the lettuce, or injecting some kind of substances, or physical intimacy, the 3-letter word that starts with the letter S that I'm not allowed to say, or maybe just taking care of business on your own, making yourself feel good, being a workaholic, whatever it might be. You might be really tempted to just find ways to just kind of check out and not think about it and just try to feel good, right? It could be gambling, video games, food. It could be so many different ways. So Spirit is saying, as tempting as it's going to be for you to, self-medicate, let it come to the surface. Spirit is telling me some of you have been doing this for a long time. There may have been something that happened for you in the not so distant past, maybe not super recent, but not so distant past, that you did not get a chance to grieve. You did not get a chance to mourn, because maybe ever since that happened, you've been pulling yourself into self-medication. Okay? And now is a chance for you. And now that some of you are burning a bridge, you're realizing that this was a way in which you were distracting yourself from some emotions or feelings. And so Five of Cups is basically just saying, look, if you can just go ahead and let yourself feel and get it out of your system, honor your feelings, acknowledge your feelings, let yourself feel them, you're going to heal and you're going to manifest this great big adventure, right? But this adventure is coming in between these two things. You're going to have to cut off what's no longer serving you, and you're going to have to deal with the feelings that are coming to the surface. Because the Fool card is coming up here, and because the number 5 is repeating twice, 5 is like karmic cycles, karmic situations, big changes. I don't think this grieving is going to take as long as you think it is. Because whatever it was, a lot of you were already preparing to release it. So you've made some progress in that letting go. But there might be one more little push here that you got to get out. And so if you can do this, you are coming into the lighter energy, right? Look, we were talking about packing light. This could be emotional baggage for a lot of you, right? This is how you're going to pack light, by letting yourself have the release. So you're not carrying it into the next thing with you. I feel a lot of you also might be manifesting a friend or a new love partner who's like a natural healer, a natural therapist, a natural psychologist, kind of type of person. And they're going to be very helpful for you and just giving you the space to figure things out and to find your way, right? To go on those adventures with you and to have fun with you, but to give you the space to figure out your feelings and to figure out what you want to do in your life. This would be the opposite of a possessive energy, right? This person's not coming in with demands of you. And maybe for some of you Libras, you've never had that before because your life has been nothing about responsibility and demands. You've never had an interaction with someone who's just been like, well, Libra, I like being around you. I don't really need you to rescue me. I don't really need anything from you. But hey, I'm here for you if you want to talk. I'm here for you if you want to check into your feelings here. And for a lot of you Libras, you've never had that because so much of your connection has been being the rescuer, being the defender, looking out for the underdog, right? And now you're having somebody coming in and like being that person for you. The next card coming in, Libra, is the Page of Wands. Okay, this could be a younger fire sign person or someone that has a fire sign placement in their moon or rising or Venus if it's not in their sun sign. Not necessarily though. Okay, it doesn't have to be a fire sign person. But this energy, like I said, sometimes I get ahead of the cards when I said manifesting this new person coming in. I do feel it's a person coming in. And for some of you, this could be somebody that's a lot younger or somebody who, I don't know why, I'm laughing. I just heard they might not have a lot of miles on them. So maybe you're a very experienced Libra, okay, and maybe this person might not be as experienced in the areas that you're experienced in. Maybe you've really kind of gone out there and you've sampled the buffet of life. This person maybe has not sampled as much as you have. But so there could be a sense of here, like I said, for some reason, this could be someone that doesn't have a whole lot of miles on them. But there's this feistiness about them, this ambition, this drive, this desire to live and to experience the world and to experience life, right? And that's going to be perfect with your Fool energy here. Right, you guys are kind of meeting in the same energy in this way. You guys are both eager to get out there, to taste, to touch, to feel, to experience. Page of Wands is also sometimes like coming into a second adolescence. So you're attracting this energy, but you're also stepping into this energy. Right? There's the emo teenager who wants to lock themselves up in their room and listen to sad music and hate the world. But then there's the time in the teenage life when we start to feel very confident. We start feeling cute, right? We start feeling cute. We want to go out there. We want to get attention. We have the butterflies in the stomach. We've got the crushes and the passion, and like we feel like we're going to go and grab the world by the tail and put it in our pocket. And so it's this kind of energy that a lot of you Libras are coming into. Ambition, drive, zeal, finding your clique, finding your group, having a good time, having fun, and somebody to have fun with. Okay? I have said this in the past, that sometimes the Page of Wands can be somebody who's just like a little bit mischievous in the sense that they might get you into trouble. Like you might be really tempted to abandon logic or abandon reason when you're around this person, because they're like, let's just do it. And later on, you're like, oh gosh, man, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I don't get that vibe in this instance for you guys. I don't feel that this is a Page of Wands that's going to get you to dive off the deep end and then regret it later. I don't get that. I do feel that this is somebody mischievous. I feel this is somebody who's very funny, like it's going to be making you laugh a lot. And there's going to be a lot of healing coming in through this laughter. Like healing the heart, healing the mind. Like they just have a really great optimistic way of looking at things. They have a really great way of like taking setbacks and finding the humor in it. So I see a lot of laughter, mischievousness, maybe a little bit of impishness here. But I don't feel that this is a toxic person or someone who's gonna like give you bad advice or encourage you to do things that you're gonna regret later. I don't get that vibe or that sense or that feeling. I do feel a lot of root chakra energy here. So I do feel that this is somebody who's having a really massive root chakra opening. Okay. And so there could be a lot of physical physical intimacy or physical activity here with this person. These are general readings, okay? So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may want to check out the love readings. Those are linked in the description. And those of you who would like a private reading with me, there's unfortunately someone going around pretending to be me, emailing people, trying to get them to send money to like sneak them in for a reading. I don't do that, guys. I don't email people and tell them I have to tell them something and to book a reading with me, or I'm doing like a special sale. I don't send out emails like that. I don't have a customer mailing list, a client mailing list. The only way to schedule a private reading with me is to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite and schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Bye, Libra.